What's going on, guys? So today on this quick little video, I'm gonna show how to apply some repro labels. Now, I've done repro label videos before when I was doing up my Dinobots and stuff like that from DX9. I needed to actually finish that set. Actually, not DX9, Planet X. But I also showed the differences between doing nothing and then adding the repro labels to Grimlock. Now, eventually, when I pick up my extra set of Dinobots from DX9, I'll do up the full toy style labels on all of my current Dinobots. But what I'm going to do today, so I have my little Thundercracker buddy here. So he needs a couple of Decepticon logos on his wings. I might go ahead and move or replace the ones that are here on Starscream because I have them in a kind of odd place. And I think I used the smaller one. No, they're the right size. There's a weird thing because if you order enough stuff from Repro Labels, I forget what the exact amount is, they'll send you one of these freebie sheets. Now, these are stickers, but they're not exactly the best. They're super light, super flimsy, and they don't stick the best, and the cut is always not great. Also, super hard to get these off because it's weird. It's very strange. But what I'm going to do today, I ordered a set of silverback ones for Legend Scale, some clearback ones for Legend Scale, and then covering up the thing I'm going to do. The other thing is for my Planet X Prime and Ultra Magnus, I bought these. So these are actually raised Autobot logos. So they actually have some, it's like a nice raised feel to them. Because Planet X, Repro Labels decided not to ever do an actual decal set for Prime or, frankly, the Seekers or anybody like that. So actually, if it comes down to it, I might add a few of these Decepticon logos to my Seekers as well. I consider doing it for Megatron before I do his review, which will be coming up really soon. Actually, I'll be filming that today. But the problem with that particular figure is he has a Decepticon logo that's square in the middle of his chest and follows the angles of his chest. So that kind of makes things difficult. So I would actually probably have to do something like this that doesn't have a whole lot of density to it. But I'm going to move the camera around so we can actually see what I'm working on. Alright, so this is going to be awkward just given the way I have to do this. So, first and foremost, let's go ahead and take care of good old Thundercracker boy here because he's probably the least amount of work. I'm going to go ahead and unplug the wings first. Maybe give myself some more room to work. Stress the maybe because I've got it like tucked up under his armpit here. Accident. Come on. Go around the arm. Wow. Okay. So, the Decepticon logos for the Seekers usually goes pretty much dead center of the wing. This arm is not cooperating with me. So, basically I'm going to go for roundabout in there. And I'm going to go with the, let's see here, should I go with the clear? Yeah, let's go with the clear one. And need just a sharp knife. You're not having to cut, you're just picking up the edges here. And the wings are, with the Seekers, it's funny. You actually want them to be upside down. So whenever they're in jet mode, it's one way, and whenever it's in bot mode, it's another. So looking at Starscream, so you want it upside down, but I'm going to shoot for roughly center of the wing, right about there. I did better with Skywarp than I did with Starscream, but I ran out of these when I got this poor guy. Now I could have gone with a silverbacked one because they would stand out a little bit more, but it's kind of okay. So I'm going for roundabout here, and let's go ahead and fold the wings up again. And now we got our Seeker Boy with his nice, just Decepticon logos. That's a good thing about these guys. They don't require a whole lot to do. Um, Unfortunately, right at the moment, I don't have a whole lot of Decepticons. Do have to throw extra logos on. Let's see, did I ever put one on? Yeah, okay, so I've got one on Nemesis Prime. I don't have, it's funny, they don't have sets like this for um, Shattered Glass Prime. Okay, so speaking of Prime, let's go ahead and you can see here the raised nature of that. So these come in different sizes. They come in 18 mil, 12 mil, and 8 mil. So I've got a bunch of 8 mil. There's your 12 mil and one big 8 mil. So if I ever need to put a really big one on somebody, I can. Now the thing with this Prime, I'm trying to remember which shoulder gets the logo. I don't think it's both. I think it might just be the right shoulder. Yeah, so it's just the right shoulder. And I could have gone with just, one of these, but I actually really wanted something that had some dimension to it and it would stand out a little. Now, I would love to have one that has like the pink Energon flow going on, but unfortunately, I don't believe that's going to work. No, I don't think there's enough room to get the big one on there. I think it's just a little too wide. So I'm going to have to go with this one. Now, in theory, should just be like putting on any other kind of sticker. Just being super careful. Go mostly centered. That looks pretty good. I'm not pushing it down just yet in case I do want to go with the bigger one. I do think the bigger one is just a bit too wide. Wouldn't necessarily fit. So we'll go with that. So now we've got primer with a good Autobot logo there. Looks pretty nice. Now I could have gone for the just straight up outline one. They do have those, which wouldn't look too bad. See, now I'm second guessing myself on if I should have gone with the bigger one. No, because it bevels inward right here. I just don't think it would fit because it's the 12 mil. It would have to wrap around the edges, so that's about as good as it gets. I think a 10 mil would have like been perfect somewhere in between that. Now with Magnus, I do have a different story here. So he has a much larger shoulder section there, so I can go with the bigger one. I mean, if I really wanted to go crazy, I could just throw the huge one in there, but I'm not going to do that. So I'm not too concerned with covering that up, perfectly. And if I remember correctly, it was kind of down in the corner. Something like down here, but I could center it if I need to. What did I do for that one? Just centered. So yeah, I'm just going to center it as best I can. And just go ahead and apply it. That way they just have a nice Autobot logo. I dropped my stickers. My Decals. Decals. And once again, and like I said in the review, he doesn't hold this gun really at all. So that looks pretty decent, not gonna lie. So, and it adds some depth to it. So let me turn the camera up here so you can see. It just adds a little something to that. Now, like I said, it would have been cool to be able to put the bigger one on Prime, or even have his gun stay on his arm the way it's supposed to. That would be really nice. That just doesn't stay on. So there's Prime. So you can see, you could almost see, but it's a little small. Not gonna lie, it's a little small, but it's still effective. I mean, kind of at that size, I could almost add two in reality. Let me see something. Okay, so I'm just looking at the fit, and it's fine to leave that like that. However, good old um, Perceptor here, I used the big, the kind of universal ones. And you know what? I'm not super keen on how that looks on his chest. So I'm going to go ahead and peel that off. Like so. And I'm going to give him one of these guys. I have to go with a smaller one as well, but it'll be fine. I did put large labels on his guns. Let's see, I'll try to get it about as centered as I can. I think that's really good. And stick that on there. And that looks really good. Not only is it a bit shinier, it does stand out. It's not just super flat to the chest, and I think that's awesome. But you can see here on the side guns, or on the guns here, the actual logo is cut off pretty sloppily. Ah, the entire piece came out. For future reference, that entire chest piece can come off. Okay, so that's a little bit more centered. I did not know that came off so easily. That's kind of funny. Just kind of set in there, but that looks a lot nicer. And then of course when I get like Ironhide, Ratchet, I can get those guys as well. And so for Megatron, as I was basically saying, his Decepticon logo is basically supposed to go right here on the front of this big point. And I'm going to try to illustrate how difficult that's going to be. Let's just try it out. I mean, can't hurt too much. So I'm going to go with these because, well, they're not that difficult to work with. I'm going to go ahead and pull off gun and stuff just to get it out of my way. Alright, so let's see here. You should have one there, right in the middle. Should wrap around. I'm feeling that's probably going to be my best bet. Like that size right there. That'll go with the next one down. And like I said, it's supposed to wrap around the edges. It's something that would be like really a part of his chest if it was there 100%. So I'm going to try the slightly bigger size. And because of the way these are made, they're not paper, they're actually just printed on plastic. It's a little awkward, if I'm honest. So I'm going to try to put it right here. And that's the other thing, it's a compound bend. So it bends down the middle, and then it's also a slope. So this might not work out too well. But worst case scenario, I peel it off and just toss it in the trash. So I can get this edge. Try to center it about like that. Yeah, that doesn't exactly work. Like, that doesn't exactly look like anything. See, even raising it up a little bit doesn't do anything for me. It would have to be a part of his chest. There's just no way to go around these compound things and make it look good. I even considered getting the more three-dimensional one for this purpose, and I just don't believe that would work at all. So I don't think I'll put it like way down here and just fold it over nicely. I mean, it's okay, but it's the odd design of this Megatron not having a flat chest. So I think ultimately he's just sadly not going to get a Decepticon logo as it is. So poor little Megs gets nothing. Now let's compare our Starscreamer here. And see how I got it's way off center there. I think that's my biggest problem. And I did use the clear back ones for that. So I'm going to go ahead and pull those off. Not a whole lot of residue. Just clean that up. Now I don't want to try to reuse the same ones because I don't think they'll be that good. There's also the deal that these are a different kind of purple than the freebies. Alright, so that's peeled off. Oh, don't screw it, just a mat. And we'll go ahead and take the last two big Decepticon logos here, which makes me sort of sad. But that's okay, I've got the silver ones. Okay, and we're going to go about as close to center as we can, just like we did before. Right there. And well, this one's not going to be as easy because I'm doing it backwards. Okay, it didn't go all the way down. I approach it from a different angle. Okay, so basically here-ish, right about there. Just about to there. So now we got Screamy with that on it. And if I had any other figures at the moment who needed more decals, I would definitely go ahead and do that. But for now, that's going to be the end of the video. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. And, you know, if you want to get labels like these, you know, the raised ones or even the universal kind of, you know, sets, you can do that. Go check out Reaper labels. They're pretty well priced. And of course, if you want to get specific sets for figures you have, by all means, check those things out. Their website isn't the best, but you know, you can find things if you need to. And of course, for third-party stuff that isn't allowed to properly put on faction logos, or if you want things to look like G1 toys, or if you even have G1 toys that need new labels, these things all exist over there on that website. So go check them out and go ahead and improve some of your third-party figures. And even they have things for other things that aren't Transformers. I redid my Power Rangers Thunder Megazord completely with actual Japanese style, the actual original like Bandai Japan stickers. So go check them out. I'll catch you guys on the next review. And remember, as always, to keep on building.